Hi everyone, my name's Jennifer Cross and I'm here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth for a feminine moment, and we are answering Facebook questions today. And we came across one that was just, it really breaks your heart when you hear this, but this young woman said that her husband had just told her that he was going to leave her. And she is quickly putting the principles into place, but I know that her story is many, many women's stories. So what is your advice to those women who has a husband who's just like, I'm done, I'm leaving?
Yeah, and every situation is a little unique, and so we can only speak broadly to this because we don't know either of these people. But generally speaking, I've read so many success stories, and it's actually surprised me that in the stack that my mother left behind, how many have been in such desperate circumstances and turned around. And even since I've been in charge of Fascinating Womanhood, I've seen it as well. But what has always happened when a woman is able to affect a turnaround with her husband is several things. She has to sit down and decide, maybe write down what it is she has done wrong, not him.
Good point.
What she has done to drive him away. And recognizing that, and then her mistakes, basically what we're talking about. Because sometimes women can change. Like sometimes we'll be, like for instance, my sister told me about people she knows in multi-level marketing who are mothers, wives, homemakers, and then they get multi-level marketing and they get really successful. Sometimes they make several times what their husband makes, and which isn't necessarily bad, but sometimes they kind of change. They become more bossy, they become more in charge, start ordering people around, and it happens little by little. So they kind of don't even know when it's happened that, oh my gosh, I've become kind of different. And so the thing you can do is tell him honestly, sincerely, apologize for what you've done and be very specific. I feel bad that I've done this, and I don't know how you stood it this long. I don't blame you, that kind of thing. And then say, I've been reading Fascinating Womanhood, I've been learning a lot, and I really love you and want our marriage to work. And if you'll give me a chance, I'd like to prove it to you. And the thing that's important about this is if he leaves, if he's left, accept it. Tell him you don't blame him. And because you can't grasp onto something like that. It'll be more like sand through your fingers. You have to kind of win them back. You have to win them back by your own behavior. And there's one story, I don't think Rich has posted it yet. It's kind of a long one. It's a really good one though. The woman said her husband had had enough. He moved out. He got an apartment, and he liked his apartment because he didn't get criticized. He liked that way of living. And I was reading it and I thought, this is never going to work. It's never going to work. And because they had children, he'd have to come over sometimes and to spend time with the kids or pick them up or things like that. And she did what we just said. She told him she didn't blame him. And then she actually was working on herself, and he noticed it. He noticed it. He was very guarded. He had his big wall of reserve was pretty thick because this was years in the making. This wall was years in the making. And she was patient and knew that it was going to take time. And I think it took her about 6 months, which actually isn't very long. But when you're living it, and there's no guarantee, she had to not blame him. He kept saying, next month I'm going to file for divorce next month. So it to her probably seemed sometimes just kind of hopeless. But she hung in there, and gradually he loved what he saw in there. He didn't really want the divorce. He didn't want to live separate lives and have his children have custody and all that kind of stuff. And she won him back, and he moved back in, and it was amazing. It was an amazing story. I can't wait for Rich to put it out there. So.
Yeah, and we do hear those stories a lot in Fascinating Womanhood. So thank you.
It is possible. I mean, there's no guarantee. You have to expect that. I don't blame you. You have to really not blame him, and then work on yourself. find ways. This woman found ways every time she saw him to things he admired. But like one day she told him she had always admired what great legs he had. She had before they were married. I think it was summer and he was wearing shorts. And she said, I've always loved your legs. You've got great legs and they're very muscular. Whatever it was she said, it was very specific. And she found honest things, specific things to say she admired about him every time. And then sometimes she'd say, would you like a sandwich? And she'd make something kind of yummy. And he certainly wasn't eating so great over in his apartment. And she won him back. So it is possible, but you have to be patient and you have to really be humble, which women are good at.
We got to be humble and we have to work on ourselves first.
We're good at being humble.
We have to change.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's an awesome response. And anybody watching, please like, comment, and share. And if you have a success story that will encourage other women, please let us know.
Because it does. I've had responses from women that say they've been reading the success stories and they want to know more about it.
Yep. So let us know your success stories and send us any questions also, and we'll address them on the videos. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Thank you, Dixie.
Okay. See ya.
Bye-bye.